Hello students, I hope you might be fine in this pandemic. Students, today we will do chapter number 7, the second part of the chapter variation. Chapter number 7. So now students, remove your books and pen and refer to your textbook page number 38. We will be solving the practice set 7.2 sum number 2. So according to the sum, find the constant of variation and write equation of variation for every example given below. So here you can over here students, it is an inverse variation. Now in this chapter students, we have studied about direct variation and inverse variation. So if P is given as 15 and Q is given as 4. So here we have to find the equation of variation. So we'll start with, now students, it has already been given to us that P is inversely proportional to Q. That means P is equal to K upon Q, because K is a constant over here. That means we can say that PQ is equal to K, which is the equation of variation. Now we'll substitute the value P as 15 and Q as 4. So we will get PQ is equal to K. So we'll put the value of P, that is 15. We'll put the value of Q, that is 4, and we'll get our K. So K is what? 60. That is the constant of variation. So now what is our equation? PQ is equal to 60 is the equation of variation. So over here students, we have to make a box. Now with this, now whatever I have put on the screen, that you have to solve it in your notebook, maths notebook, and whenever we will ask you, you have to provide the same. Now we'll go with the second one, with our second question. It is given that Z is inversely proportional to W. So Z is equal to K upon W, which is our K. K is our constant. Student, what is given in the bracket over here to the side, that also you have to write it out. So we know that ZW is equal to K, which is the equation of variation. Now we are putting the values, we are substituting. Substituting means whichever is a variable, we are putting its values to the equation. So that is the meaning of substituting or substitution. So Z is 2.5 and W is 24. When we multiply ZW, that is Z 2.5 into 24, we get our K. So K is 60. So ZW is the equation of the variation. The third question, that is S is inversely proportional to the square of T. So S is equal to K upon T square. So S T square is equal to K, because we will multiply S into T square. That will give us the equation of variation. Now we'll put the values. S is equal to 4 and T is equal to 5. But the value of T is given to us, that is 5, but so it's square, it will become double. 5 into 5. So square means multiplying the number 2 times. So 5 into 5 we get here as 25. We'll put the values. S as 4, T square as 5 square is equal to K. So K is equal to 4 into 25, that will give us 100. Students, be careful over here. The value of T has been given over here, but its square value is not given. So you have to make its square, and you have to find out this answer. So S into T square is equal to 100. That is the equation of variation. The another equation is X is inversely proportional to the square root of Y. So here X is equal to K upon square root Y. So K is the constant. X into square root Y is equal to K, which is the equation of variation. We'll put the values. X is 15, Y is 9. Now students, 9 is the value of Y, but we have to find the square root of Y. So we have to find the square root. So the square root of 9 is 3. So K is equal to 15 into 3. So the value of k is 45 because it is a constant of variation. So x into square root y is equal to 45 is the equation. So students, this might of question may be asked in your exams. So prepare yourself thoroughly, and whatever is been given by your teacher, from that you will be getting any sum to be solved, you will get any equation, you will get you have to learn the formulas. Even in the previous chapter number 5, expansion formulas, you have to learn the formulas thoroughly, and on based of that the questions will be asked. So students, prepare yourself well for your exams. Now we'll go to question number 3. The boxes are to be filled with apples in a heap. If 24 apples are put in a box, then 27 boxes are needed. If 36 apples are filled in a box, how many boxes will be needed? So here it is saying that in one box, if you have 24 apples, so you have 27 of boxes. But if the numbers of the apples are here the same, okay, the constant which is there, which is k, here it is the same. Only what is changing, the apples in a box and the number of boxes are being changing over here. So when your k is constant over here, so what it is inversed, though the k is constant over here, but it is not changed, it is not been changing like accordingly. So here what it will be that here we have to do inverse proportion. So now if 36 apples are to be filled in one box, so how many such boxes do we require? So we are going to solve this sum, students. So students, here we'll do the solution. So let the number of apples be x and the boxes which is needed to be filled those apples be y. So more the number of apples in a box, less is the number of boxes required to fill them. So in this case it is an inverse variation. So x is inversely proportion to y. So x is equal to k upon y, where k is your constant. So x is equal to k upon y, or xy is equal to k, which is our equation. So when our x is 24 and our y is 27, so here we'll put the values, we'll substitute it, we'll get the answer. When we multiply 24 into 27, we get the answer as 648, which is the constant of variations. So here it is that xy is equal to 648, which is the equation of variation. So here if x is 36, so 36 into y, so when we are going to divide this, we are going to get the number of boxes, that is y, that is 18. So 18 boxes will be required to fill 36 apples in each box. Now student, in question number 4, write the following statement using the symbol of variation. Now the wavelength of a sound, which is given as L, and its frequency is given as f, are in inverse proportion. So what it will be is inversely proportion to 1 upon f. Okay, so here inversely, so this is our answer that we will get. Now the intensity of light is denoted by the letter I, and the distance and the square of its distance is being denoted by letter D. So the intensity of a light varies inversely with the square of the distance, that is given as D of the following screen from the lab. So it will be I, which is inversely proportion to 1 upon D the square. Now the distance is measured in D and the square, or if it will be D square. So students, if you just write I 1 upon 1 inversely proportion to 1 upon D, so your answer will be wrong. So this is your answer. Now student, the next question is x is inversely proportion to the y square when x is 40 and y is 16. If x is 10, then find the value of y. So here the answer goes, here it is already been given to us that x is inversely proportion to the y square root. So x up is equal to k upon y square root of y. and we can write this thing as this form, that x into square root of y is equal to k, which is our equation. Now here students, the value of x and y in the first, it is being given, so we have to find constant over here. After finding the constant, we will put the value of x as to be 10, and then we will find the value of y. So when x is 40 and your y is 16, so we have 40 into the square root of y, that is 16. So the square root of 16 is 4 students. So 40 into 4, that will give us k. So when we multiply, we get 160. So k is what? 160. We got this. Now we are going to substitute the value of x is equal to 10, and then we are going to find what is the value of y. So 10 into square root of y is equal to 160. So here we are going to find it out. We are going to take y's square root of y is equal to 160 upon 10. So the 0 will be get cancelled. So square root of y is equal to 16. So now it is y is in the form of a square root. Now we have to remove the square root. So we are going to square on the other side. So 16 square. So 16 into 16, that gives us 256. So the value of y is 256. Students, as it has been written in your, shown on your screen, the solutions, that same you have to copy in your book and maintain your book. Now question number 6, x varies inversely as y when x is 15 and y is 10. Then find if x is 20, then what is the value of y. So y is inversely proportion, x is inversely proportion to y, which is already given. So here we'll find the formula, x is equal to k upon y, that y, k is a constant. Here x into y is equal to k. Now we'll put the values, x is 15 and y is 10. So we'll get our constant, that is 150. Now after getting x, y is 150, so that is the equation of variation. Now we will take the second part, that is if x is 20, so what is the value of y. So here we have the value of x, we have the equation of variation, which is our constant, we are having its value. Here we are going to divide. Why now we will divide over here? Because here it is a multiply. Now anything that cross is equal to sign, the sign changes. Multiply changes into division, division changes into multiply, addition changes into subtraction, and subtraction changes into addition. So this is a rule of maths. So y is equal to 150 upon 20. So 500, this will get cancelled. Now 2 ones are 2, 7.5 is the answer. So y is equal to 7.5. So students, the answer which is there, you have to make a box at the last. We come to know that it is an answer, and see that you solve your sums very well in neat and clean handwriting, and maintain your book, students. And whenever, because for your books you will be having marks, the internal marks that you will have will be based on the book, how nicely you maintain your book, how neatly it has been written. First of all, the book has to be completed, and whenever we will call you according to the roll number, you have to come and you have to give us, we will check it and we will return you the book back. So students, it is very necessary for you so that you maintain your books properly. Now with this, I have completed the exercise 7.2, and the next exercise which is left in this chapter 7.3, we will be doing it later. Thank you, students.